Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, Governor Hochul has launched a new pharmacy benefit program.
Plus, the SUNY Oswego Presidential Search Committee has announced the 5th candidate running for president.
And controversy continues on campus over the expected visit of Clarissa Karki.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Matthew Rivenburgh.
And I'm Reagan LaPage.
Today, SUNY Oswego Officer in Charge Mary Toll sent a campus-wide announcement discussing free speech, civil discourse, and peaceful assembly on the SUNY Oswego campus. Part of the email read, quote, "Constitutionally protected speech is important value of our society and critical to a well-functioning democracy. One of the greatest opportunities presented by higher education is to engage in civil discourse with people who are different from ourselves," end quote.
Although the email did not directly address the incident, it comes as many students say they are going to protest Clarissa Karki, a conservative speaker who is coming to campus this Wednesday. In a statement, the college Republicans said that they were expecting a good reaction when they chose Clarissa Karki to speak on campus because, quote, "free speech is something we all should value as Americans and be proud of."
Despite students for the event to be canceled, the event is still set to go on as planned Wednesday night in MCC 132. We will have more on this story for you as it develops, starting with a full report tomorrow morning on Rise and Shine Oswego. Representatives of SUNY Oswego, including administrators, faculty, and students, celebrated an ongoing partnership at Syracuse Central School District at an Educational Foundation recognition breakfast on Saturday. SUNY Oswego and the School of Education hosted the breakfast to celebrate the works of educators and school leaders toward more equitable outcome for learners in Syracuse Central School District. Attendees celebrated educators making differences in the classroom, SCSD alums changing the community, and community partners investing in the premise of education.
SUNY Oswego's Presidential Search Committee has revealed that Peter Wasu is 5th candidate running for SUNY Oswego's president. Wasu is currently the Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs and Student Success at the City University of New York. In the Student Open Forum, Wasu talked about using his background as an immigrant student to further diversity and inclusion at SUNY Oswego. When asked by a student about how he would handle the current debate over Clarissa Karki at SUNY Oswego, Wasu says he wants the campus to be a place where students learn from diverse viewpoints.
SUNY Oswego faculty approved the creation of a task force to consider the renaming of all campus buildings, roads, and fields that have Native American-related names. Michael Genese, the director of the Native American Studies Department at SUNY Oswego, says that the proposed task force has a few goals in mind. Genese says his goal is to make the campus a, quote, broader-minded place to fulfill the goals of the grand challenges of race, racism, and social justice.
Internet personality Sean Evans is coming to SUNY Oswego to do an interview featuring hot wings, but this time he'll be sitting down with a local celebrity. Kyle Schnaufner is out on the town to tell us more.
Sean Evans is well known for two things: his interviews with celebrities and the spicy wings he eats with them. But Sean is heading to Oswego to talk with a local celebrity this time, Jason Shee, the owner of the Oswego calzone spot, One Zone's Calzones.
Oh yeah, I used to, me and my wife, we met here in Oswego State, and she got her MBA here. So I was under, during that time. So I was like, we gotta do something. And I always go out in the food business. So that's why I started in Oswego.
Jason works hard to make One Zone's a place for the local college students. And according to Jason, it's all by design. A
lot of them I see like 3 or 4 times a weekend. And that's the kind of relations that builds on, and that's what One Zone's all about. It's about students.
The efforts to reach out to the student community have made Jason a fan favorite among students, leading to his selection as the interviewee for the event.
Last Thursday's first time I heard about this guy. I have 2 school administrators come over to one zones. I was like from 5 o'clock. They're like, hey, we have this Sean Evans guy come in. You know, we asked the students around and who did they like to interview. My name came on the top. I guess everybody like Jason from one zone, so it's what we want to see. That's why I got picked. Is that I didn't know about it. I didn't pick myself. The students, they're like, we want to see Jason on this Sean Evans show.
The idea of eating hot wings on stage could be intimidating to some, but Jason has been preparing to feel the heat and says he's not worried.
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I got all the students behind. I mean, these my kids. They got my back, so I'm not worried about it too much. Can't scoot up, you know what I mean?
Sean Evans will be here on April 14th to ask Jason some of the hard-hitting questions over a plate of hot wings.
The event will be exclusive to SUNY Oswego students, staff, and alumni. Kyle Schnaufer, Oswego Now.
Senior zoology student Brooke Goodman is working on a project that aims towards creating safer flight paths for birds passing through campus. Goodman's project hopes to save birds' lives by adding window stickers that act as deterrents to buildings on the Lakeside campus. While apparent only from outside, these stickers are an effort to reduce birds hitting windows, causing them to die.
Governor Hochul announces heightened monitoring within schools across the state. The push is in response to a recent increase in swatting calls or false reporting to law enforcement emergencies regarding threats within schools. Public safety officials, state education leaders, and the governor are coordinating preparedness and safety measures to ensure all students remain safe in school, along with having schools revisit latest guidance on school safety protocols.
Governor Kathy Hochul has launched a new pharmacy benefit program called NYRX. This program allows Medicaid recipients to access more prescription medications with fewer restrictions. This program will create the largest pharmacy network in New York State, according to a press release by the governor's office. The program will improve prescription drug access and coverage for over 8 million New Yorkers enrolled in Medicaid. Now let's take a quick look at the weather with Team 10 meteorologist Samantha Karlsson.
Yeah, so taking a quick look at the weather, rain will be moving in tonight, and it could get a little messy for your morning commute, but it will warm up and dry out for the middle of the week and into the weekend. How warm will it get and how much sunshine could we see? I'll let you guys know after the break. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up later tonight, a news company employee is appealing their arrest in Russia.
And Trump is being arraigned tomorrow. Find out more after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker. Welcome back. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Samantha Karlsson. And right now, as I mentioned earlier, we do have rain moving in tonight, and it's thanks to this cold front that's dropping down from Canada. We're going to see some rain into tonight, into the morning for your morning commute. But as of right now, might be a little drizzle out there, just about starting with the rain at around 51 degrees. So it definitely has been pretty nice out. It has been for the past few days, and it's going to continue. Right now it might feel like 48 degrees, so a little cooler than the actual temperature, but definitely not too bad with a little bit of wind out of the northwest. And heading for your tomorrow, as I said, rain is moving in for tonight. So as you drive to work or school tomorrow, make sure that you do take a little extra precaution in the morning when you're driving or going out to the bus with the rain moving in and leaving. And by the afternoon, you should be all set for going back home with the rain gone and even maybe some sunshine into later in the evening. And we also have seen some wind. So that wind that we've seen over the weekend after that rain went through, not as bad as I said before, and you don't have to worry about your trash cans blowing out because that wind over the weekend was pretty gusty. So don't have to worry about that either, which is very nice. So along with the warm temperatures and the possible sunshine that we have looking forward to later in the week by around Thursday, Friday, definitely a good time to go out and enjoy it. But before that, we have to get through possibly hear some thunder with the rain on Wednesday, as it is going to come in through off of the lake and could potentially have some thunder, little rumbles here and there. So watch out for that Wednesday into your afternoon Wednesday and into Thursday. But by Friday, enjoy that warm weather as it will be 55 degrees. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Sam. People have gathered in front of the Trump Tower in New York to show their support for former President Donald Trump. Trump will be arraigned in a Manhattan courtroom on an unspecified charges tomorrow. A grand jury indicted Trump last week over an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels. The charges are unknown at the moment, but Trump's lawyers say the former president will plead not guilty. The former president has also urged his supporters to protest his arrest.
And remember that suspected Chinese spy balloon that crossed the U.S. earlier this year? A source familiar with the incident tells CNN the balloon was able to send the information back to Beijing in real time. And the U.S. government doesn't know whether the Chinese government could wipe the data as it was received. However, officials say the U.S. was able to protect sensitive sites and censor some signals before the balloon was able to pick them up.
At least 32 people are dead as brutal storms move across the U.S. President Joe Biden is pledging for help from the federal government, but forecasters are warning the severe weather isn't over yet. Amy Kiley has the latest.
Dangerous weather continues moving across the U.S., leaving behind a trail of destruction and death. This video shows hail falling near Dallas. Today, that storm system pushing through Louisiana.
This is just an unbelievably tragic moment for our state.
At least 5 people are dead after a twister hit Arkansas over the weekend.
We have activated the National Guard in the hardest hit areas of the state.
Just across the state line, Tennessee reports at least 15 deaths, with one in Alabama and another in Mississippi. The weather isn't sparing the north either.
3 individuals have lost their lives in the tornadoes that came through Crawford County.
Illinois communities are reeling from tornadoes. At least 5 people are dead due to severe weather in Indiana, with another fatality in Delaware. Now, a snowstorm is moving across northern states, and it could bring a spring blizzard to South Dakota.
If anybody has learned a lesson, it is that when those alerts come in, we need to take them seriously.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The sentencing for Mexico's former Public Security Secretary Genaro Garcia Luna has been postponed until September 27th. On February 21st, Garcia Luna was found guilty in a New York federal court of taking bribes from the drug cartels. The charges he was convicted of include drug conspiracies involving cocaine, such as conspiracy to import and possession with intent to distribute. The postponement comes after Garcia Luna's defense attorney claims he revived new evidence that may help the former public security secretary's case.
Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich appeals his arrest in Russia, according to a Russian state news agency, TASS. TASS cited the press service of Latorvo Court in Moscow, which took Gershkovich into custody last week. According to Wall Street Journal's website, Gershkovich covers Russia, Ukraine, and the former Soviet Union. Gershkovich faces up to 20 years in prison on espionage charges. No date has been set for the hearing of the appeal. Up next, a major fast food company is laying off their employees.
And a new type of COVID vaccine is in development. We'll have all that and more after the break.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. For the fourth quarter in a row, Tesla has made more cars than it has been able to deliver to customers. Elon Musk's company has produced 78,000 excess cars this past year. They sold 7,000 less cars than originally projected for this quarter. Tesla is bouncing back from this loss slowly as sales for the first quarter of 2023 are up 4%.
More layoffs are expected to come this week from McDonald's. According to the Wall Street Journal, the fast food chain has told all corporate employees to work from home this week in anticipation of layoffs. Employees were warned of these layoffs back in January by the CEO, Chris Kempczynski. It is not currently clear why these layoffs are happening, as the company's profits are up from last year and plan on building even more restaurants.
Prices at the pump are slowly rising, but we may see another major change as OPEC Plus is expected to cut their outputs. Melissa Rainey has more in today's Consumer Watch.
On Monday, oil prices suddenly spiked after a shocking announcement by OPEC Plus and its allies saying they would cut output. The group of oil-producing countries and allies will cut production by more than 1.66 million barrels a day, starting in May through the end of the year, according to a Goldman Sachs analysis. With oil prices already rising, this impact could soon be felt by Americans at the pump. On Monday, the national average for a tank of regular gas came in at just under $3.51 a gallon, according to AAA.
Whenever we see crude oil rise, 9 times out of 10, we're going to see an increase in gas prices. That can be anywhere between 3 cents to 10 cents.
So what does this mean for those planning to gas up and hit the road this spring break and summer?
It's about gassing up and monitoring what your gas prices are going to be along your road trip, depending on where you're going.
Many Americans are hitting the roads to beaches in the South like Georgia and Florida and on the East Coast, according to AAA spokesperson Montre Waiters. She predicts there's going to be an even bigger uptick in summer travel and offers a unique tip on having better gas mileage.
Get the junk out of your trunk. So the heavier your car is, the more it burns gas. I know when you're traveling, you can't help that, but try and pack smart.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Melissa Rainey.
This will have a large impact as more Americans are expected to travel this summer.
The CDC has issued a salmonella outbreak that has been linked to consuming unbaked flour and raw cookie dough. As of last Thursday, 12 people have been infected with the strand in 11 different states, including New York. 3 of these people have been hospitalized, although most people recover from this without treatment after 4 to 7 days. Health experts advise to cook your food thoroughly.
A new type of COVID vaccine is showing promising results. German scientists recently tested a nasal vaccine on hamsters. These scientists found that after applying 2 doses, the virus was unable to copy itself in the animal's respiratory system. According to them, this type of vaccine is also more effective at creating an immune response than the mRNA-based vaccines. There is a lot more that needs to be done before this vaccine can be used on humans, but researchers are staying optimistic. Coming up in sports, Thomas Tallarino.
Thomas, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. We have a ton of action in Lakers sports this weekend, and we'll take a look how they shaped up. Also, bring out those brooms. We got a sweep today. All this and more after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10
out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 News. I'm Tommy Tallarino with your Monday Night Sports Report. Starting at the tee box with some golf. The Oswego golf team traveled to Hershey, Pennsylvania this weekend to participate in the Hershey Cup. After 2 days, the Lakers finished 14th out of the 15th teams in the tournament. Ryan Fecko and Jake Owens finished top 40 for Oswego, with Fecko at 31 and Owens at 36. Oswego will have a break until April 15th when they head to the Empire 8 Spring Champions. Passing the baton, we got men's lacrosse next now as they beat Plattsburgh State 16-11 on Saturday. Plattsburgh could not handle the Oswego offensive pressure. Oswego put up 55 shots, and they had 4 players score multiple goals. Corey O'Connor led the way with 4 goals and 2 assists. Now it's 10 goals on the year. Their next game is going to be Saturday against SUNY Oneonta right on Laker turf. Make sure to tune in on WTOP-10 for all the action. We're going to trade our lacrosse sticks in now for some baseball bats. The Oswego baseball team swept the Fredonia Blue Devils in 3-game series between the two teams. Oswego put up 27 total runs against the Blue Devils. The Lakers earned their first conference win in the series and now are back at the 500 level in conference play. They look to keep the momentum going in their next 3 games against SUNY New Paltz this weekend. With one swing of the bat, we land in Syracuse as the Syracuse Mets finished up their opening series yesterday, following the Worcester Red Sox 8-2 in frustrating fashion. Syracuse made 3 fatal errors and issued 9 walks as a pitching staff. In the midst of the loss, they were held to only 5 hits on the day. The Woo Sox took advantage of the shaky pitching, putting up 10 hits on the day. With the loss, the two teams split the series, but Syracuse will be coming home for the first time in the 2023 season, starting on Tuesday afternoon against the Rochester Red Wings. Opening day at NBT Bank Stadium is set for 2:05, first pitch. Just like some of these Syracuse Mets players, we are getting the call up to the big leagues. The Mets took on the Brewers to start their 3-game series today. Right here, we got the Brewers' Jesse Winker. He's going to hit that opposite field. RBI single right there. Bruce Tanger scores. We got a 1-0 game for the Brewers. Winker, that's going to be his 5th RBI on the season already. He's got 5 RBIs in 4 games now. But the Brewers aren't done. Brian Anderson, he hits a shot to center field. That's a 2-run home run, 421 feet. That's his first home run on the season. And the Brewers, they get a 6-0 lead. And look at that. First career home run, Brian Terang, and it's going to be a grand slam. He gets all of that one, 417 feet over the right field wall. What a shot. He has 5 RBIs on the season now with that one. Brewers, they rolled the Mets in this one. Kristen Yeltz, he's going to grab this one off the Luis Guillermo lineup. It's over. 10-0 Brewers. Brewers, they add a hot start to their season. They beat the Mets in the first game of this 3-game series, and that is a way to do it right there.
We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to our final check with weather and sports. So Sam, is there any final remarks that you have to make about the weather for this upcoming week?
The only thing would probably be that we do have actually a chance to hear some rumbles of thunder on Wednesday. So definitely the first sign of spring. I'm welcoming it, but the thunder, and maybe not so much.
Hey, April showers bring May
Yes.
flowers, so
That
we
is
got to look
true.
forward to spring.
And what can we inspect in sports this week, Tom?
We got the national championship game going on right now. San Diego State is up against Miami. Or I'm sorry, UConn.
All right, that's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned.